Welcome to another International School of Trading class that we've got going on today. The whole aim of today is to help you guys identify how to understand when the session has given us the high and low of that session day. And those are important informations to help you understand what trade direction you're going to take. As I've stated before, the aim is to grow a team of traders that can make 100K every single month, 10 different people that know how to execute patterns and setups in the market consistently. So this lesson is going to be important to understand. Right. So essentially, in every trading day gives you a high and a low, right? And every session has a high and a low. So this is not talking about hindsight. This is us talking about inside the day when you're on the trading day. How do you identify if price has given you that high or low for that trading day or trading session? This is going to help you with your analysis. So usually you get the high or the low within the first hour or second of your trading session, right? And then from there, the market is going to play out from that position. So I'm going to show you how to identify these peak formations with a couple examples from today and the market analysis from today, and we're going to work through that. So if you look at gold today, I'm going to show you what peak formations are in the live market and how to and what those means in a trading day. Very, very important to be able to identify this in your trading day. So a peak formation is when you get on the 5 minute time frame, when you get 3 bars down or up, followed by an engulfing candle back to the upside. Why these candles are important is because it's going to tell you whether you got a high or low for that session or for that day, or vice versa. You'll have 3 candles going up. Sometimes it can be a doji candle, and then you have an engulfing candle downwards. This is what we call a peak formation. Yeah, you get one of these at least every single day, and it tells you the high or low of your session that you're trading in. And from there, it allows you to know, okay, I can begin to enter the market or look for buys or sells on that trading day, depending on what setup you've got in place. So let's look at an example of that on gold today. And like I said, it usually happens in the first trading hour. So if we look at gold today, we have gold that from the open, the market gapped up from the open of the trading day, right? So we already know that we've got a lot of bullish price action available in the market. So this is why I speak a lot about being able to identify what kind of trend the market is playing out in. You'll see that you have higher highs in place, right? Higher lows playing out, market making higher highs, higher lows. So you already know you've got bullish price action at play. Then prior to the New York session, price consolidates into the close of London. It tries to break out, it dumps down, and then you have this peak formation. You have 1, 2, 3 candles followed by an engulfing candle back to the upside, giving us the low of the New York session before price pushed up another 200 pips from this level, creating a higher high. So already at the start of the day, you've got a thesis in play that you're in a trending market. Price gives you this dump down peak formation into the first hour of the New York session and pumps up and gives you a higher high in place, right? You also have the same thing on the opposite side where you have 1, 2, 3 candles towards the upside, 1, 2, 3, and then this engulfing pattern here towards the downside, giving us the high of the session and high of the day for this trading session. And then price is either going to work the low or work the high into the next day. right? So we can look at a couple more examples of that as well. You have the same thing here into the close or into the about 1 a.m. of the Asia session. You have 1, 2, 3 candles down, then followed by an engulfing candle up, which set our low for that session before price continued to push up. 1, 2, 3, creating a higher high. Then you have the same concept here. 1, 2, red candle, green candle, 3, followed by the engulfing candle, giving us the high of that session. Price consolidates, pushes up to the high before dumping down prior to the London session, right? But it works the lows and pushes up again. This is a very important skill that will help you in your trading, being able to identify this in lifetime when you have your peak formations in place. Yeah, you've got the same concept here just prior to the London session. 1, 2, 3 into the low. Then you have one engulfing candle. Then as the London session starts, price is working the low. 1, 2, 3 pushing down and uses this as a support area prior to pushing up aggressively. So for your understanding this, you have the same concept here in the Asia session, gives us a peak formation low for the day, and then price is respecting that level late into the day. Same concept here, 1, 2, 3 up into the high, followed by an engulfing candle, giving us the high of this current day and the session time. Then price works into those highs. You should also learn how to identify that at this point, you've got a break in structure, price pulls back. Do you understand this, by the way? Mainly Sephora at this point.
Yeah, it just kind of just like trends.
Yeah, it is. It's not only trend, but it's been able to identify the low of the session, right, on the day. This is really, really important. The detail matters because a lot of the times, yeah, you'll be trading. Like, let's say if you're watching this in lifetime, right? For example, if I go into this right here, right, and I start playing it out, you won't know when the high or the low of the day is in place. You're just trading, like you won't know. It's just like, whoa, what's going on here? All these candles are playing out. This is what it looks like on the trading day, that multiple candles are just playing out. And when you're trading in your session time, you need to be able to identify when price has given you the low of that session or high of that session. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So in this case, you can say, okay, price has potentially given us our low of the session here, right? Push down, giving us our low peak
Wait,
formation.
would that be for the previous session
No, no,
or
no,
like the session you were in?
no. This is on the
With the
day.
session you're in,
Yeah,
wouldn't you figure it out like a normal way?
yeah. So this is what I'm saying. This is for the session you're in. That's what makes it different from what I've been showing before. This is the session you are currently trading in. Do you get what I'm saying? So everything we've been doing before is hindsight, previous day high, previous day low. But this is for the session that you're in, that you're currently trading in. Do you get what I'm saying? So when you have your high in place for the market, let's say you're looking for a sell, right? And the day has just started, right? So the next lesson that we're gonna go through is one of the trade setups. That's gonna be the next lesson after this, is we're gonna go through, and it came up today as well. It's called a low hanging fruit, which is a trend continuation. So let's say you have a first green day signal and you're looking to place a trade the following day, and you've woken up after prior to the New York Open. You would have a low hanging fruit trend continuation trade here, and I'm going to teach you what that means. So let's say you want to buy, essentially you need to know when the low of the day has been put in place, because it's going to help you say that it's now ready to buy. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that. So you're basically trying to see what the lowest point is,
Yeah, on the
what's
day.
not going up. Yeah.
on the day. So everything we've done is in
But if that's
hindsight.
the lowest point, it's only gonna go up, isn't it?
Do you understand? So once you have your low in place for the session, you'll know that, okay, once you've got a good peak formation, that, okay, now I can prepare to start buying the charts. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna show you a full. You can literally just run through the charts. I think I've showed you to have this session thing on. It's very essential. It will help you run through the charts, different examples, identifying peak formations in your in your chart. And I've got this. I found this as well. It's a very good app as well that you can back test on as well. So let's say if I'm running through this day, we have a New York session, London, or in the first, if you look in the first hour of the New York session starts here, price pushes up into the high, giving us a peak formation literally in the first hour, into the session, and then it starts trading lower, breaking structure, creating lower lows, lower highs, change in structure. Do you get what I'm saying? And if you have a sell setup for that day, you want to see a peak formation high put in place before you look for making your sells. Yeah. So that is it's an important skill to be able to understand and to execute in your trading. Yeah. Then you'll find out, okay, New York session is giving us a low here. It's giving us a low. If you look, 1, 2, this one didn't play out with 3 exactly, but 1, 2, 2 candles down. Then you have your engulfing candle up here. This is price engulfs. Then if you look at the details closer, it slightly pushes above, right? Changing the structure, pushes down before continuing up. But we wouldn't execute this trade. Obviously, it's outside of our session timing window. But now you've got your high, low in place for the day. So remember, everything before that we mainly doing is hindsight. But this is actually on the day, how to identify those levels on the actual trading day. And if you look towards the end of the day, those things stayed in place. So this was the high, and this ended up being the low of that New York session in play. Do you get what I'm saying? You have a new trading day that kicks off. I'm not going to count this because this is new, so I'm going to wait for price to actually play out. But I would say you have your peak formation high over here. But 1, 2, 3 up, right? Followed by the engulfing candle down, right? Into the start of the day. Same concept here. If we pause this here, then price is either going to work the low or it's going to go towards the high and work the high, depending on what trade setup that you're looking for inside your session time. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't know if this is helpful. This is now where you can give me your 2 cents. What is your opinion? Is this helpful? Do you have any thoughts? Can I explain it more? Professor 2 cents.
I think that was a good example. Um, could you show like a couple more examples?
Okay, cool. So as you can see, price continues to work the low. Then if you look, so I'm not going to show it on this chart, but I'm just showing you how this is what it's going to look like in lifetime. You have charts that are constantly developing price action, and it's your responsibility and it's your job to be able to identify what the price action is saying at that time. So we can go through a couple more examples. So every session has its own high and low. Yeah, so same concept right here. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 into the low, price pins the low, right? 1, 2, 3 pins the low over here. Boom. And then engulfs up, peak formation, or better one would be this one right here, where it goes literally 1, 2, 3 down and engulfing candle up. into the first hour of the London session, you've got the same concept, 1, 2, 3 up, followed by a pin hammer engulfing. So sometimes it won't only just be an engulfing candle, it'll be these two candles together, pin hammer, and then an engulfing candle followed afterwards, right? You have the same concept here, giving us the low of the London session in that trading window, pin hammer, engulfing, then price pumps up. 1, 2, 3, 2 pumps up, then you have a pin hammer engulfing right here on this time frame, right? So these are the kind of things that you need to be able to pay attention to. It gives us the low of the New York session, trades back up, but in this case you have a downtrend, so price is either working the lows or it's working the highs. Do you understand? Yes. So in
I
this
get it now. Thanks.
So in this, if you look at this one into the New York Tokyo session, price hasn't given us a high point yet. It's just gone straight down. So we don't have a peak formation in play here. So if I play this out as it's going along, candle by candle, right? So as you've seen, you've got your low of the session right here, boom, followed by the engulfing candle. But now we don't have a high in place, so we can now say that, okay, price still needs to make a high in this session. We don't have our peak formation high. We've got a low, we've got a high range. Then you have the same concept right here, 1, 2, 3, followed by the engulfing candle. So now price can either work the high or work the low. Now you've got your trading range for the day. And it goes on to work in the lows, pulls back. Let's say we're looking for the London session for trade. Now we know if we want to sell high, this is where we're going to look to make our sells. If not, let's see how price plays out. So this is on the day. If you have a sell analysis, this is what you want to see on the day. It gives us another peak formation on the inside, but we don't really trade on the inside anyway. But that tells me, okay, you see what I mean? You have price that continues down after you get these price actions. It continues up after you get this price action. Right? London kicks off into the first hour of London. You have 1, 2, 3 pushes up, followed by an engulfing, and based off the price action. Yeah. So if you're looking at this, is why I emphasized knowing how to identify market structure and trends. You have a market that's already breaking down. If you look at yesterday, it was already breaking down from yesterday, giving us lower lows, lower highs. So we've got a sell market in play, right? So we could be looking for a sell setup in this case. So when I see my peak formation inside my session time, I'll be looking to sell from this point, right? And we can see how price begins to play out. And that's exactly what plays out. You have a market that continues to sell off, right? 1, 2, 3 into the low, followed by a bullish candle, peak formation low. This could potentially be our low of the session. Price works the low. So this is now, see, from there works the low, 1, 2, pushes up and brings us back up towards the high. If I'm looking to trade the New York session, because this is London, right? I've got my low, I've got my high. I'm looking for a low hanging fruit trade setup. So I'm looking for a sell back down to the low of London session. So all I'm looking for is that up high peak formation in the New York. This time we don't get it in the first hour. We get it prior to the first hour open, right? And then we have an engulfing candle in the first 5 minutes of our session. From here, I can be looking to sell this price action as well. Do you get what I'm saying? Down back to this low level over here. That's what I'll be looking to do. Price pins back, trying to break through, fails to break, and continues down. So hold on, if I go back, you have the same concept, 1, 2, 3, back up into the high, right? Followed by an engulfing candle here, giving you another peak formation in the second, towards the end of the first hour of the New York trading session. pins back into the highs